everyone. Welcome back to Spitball and Sports Podcast. I'm John. That's Scott over there. And Robin is here. You'll hear her and you'll see. Let me see what will I put up there. You'll see her voice of Robin. I gotta say I'm sorry to America and whoever watches this throughout the land, because my God, did TCU get buried? Wow.
Yeah. I knew that's where you were going with that, buddy.
Ooh.
That was ugly, John.
Yeah, I know. It was a shot. I don't think.
When did you realize they had absolutely no chance? Like, when did you know it was over?
I knew it in the first drive.
Yeah.
Because it was just so easy. And then, I kind of got hope when they scored. I think they made it, 17-7, maybe, Robin?
Yeah.
Right? And then it just – I can't believe – well, I should believe it. I mean, that's the best conference in football, Georgia, so they should beat the hell out of them, I guess. But
there was a lot of people. There was other people that were like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe people think that these guys have a chance against Georgia." I guess it was they were on a trajectory, man. They were playing good football.
And Michigan being number 2, and
the way they played Michigan was the whole thing.
They messed up. They should have just done what I said. They should have had Georgia play 1 versus 4. Should have been Georgia TCU.
Yeah.
Let Michigan play Ohio State in the middle.
Yeah.
And then you got a playoff. Yeah.
Yes.
Now not next year, but 2024, things will be better because you get the 12 teams.
I can't wait.
So we don't have to worry about that no more. I think our friend from Falls Count Anywhere, Chris, is here. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Falls Count Anywhere. You can see that tomorrow at 2. What was I going to say? Oh, the other thing I wanted to give you. First off, I got to say, Robin, I will say this. I'm talking about bets, and that was disgusting, TCU. Robin did good with Detroit. I'll give her that. She said the Lions would win the game outright. Good for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Awesome.
Yeah, she was excited. ESPN even told her.
Yeah.
Right. Not her specifically, but
I know.
You called Cliff Kingsbury a while ago, and he did. I always forget this about him. He was at Texas Tech, right, with Mahomes. He was at Texas A&M with Johnny Manziel, like offensive coordinator there. Tech with Mahomes, and then comes to the. Sometimes those guys just need to go back to college. Maybe.
Did he even really deserve it?
Probably not. It's probably
Let me
not.
tell you something. I didn't watch Hard Knocks. Maybe I should have. I don't really know Cliff's personality at all.
Right.
Nothing. Never watched a press conference. Nothing. I've listened to people talk about him. Right.
Right.
Super cool dude. So I just happened to turn on this week's, the end of the episode. It's after the game. It's about kind of the J.J. Watt things going on in the episode because he's retired. And Cliff's addressing the team. He just doesn't strike me as a very motivating kind of a guy in an NFL locker room. Awkward. I don't know. Everybody's like, dude, he's such a cool guy. I didn't really get that out of it. I don't know. It didn't seem. I just don't picture that when I picture an NFL head coach, I guess.
You know what I think it is, too, for me? If you're going to be an awkward, quirky kind of guy, for me, you better have won.
Is that what he is? Is that how his person is? Is he an awkward dude?
I don't know either, really. I don't know much about him because I've never seen him really speak other than what you're. I'm
going to go back and watch the other I'm going to go back and watch all the episodes. I just want to kind of get an idea because I don't know nothing about him. I got a good feel of a lot of the coaches, but Cliff, I've never really watched much about him.
So he's out of there, and I guess, he could go back to college football real easily. Someone would love to, because he was at.
How about they just signed him to an extension, and he's going to get all that money?
So that's beautiful. Yeah.
How disgusting is that, though?
Yeah.
Think about that. Now, we talked about it last time because I brought it up. So here's another guy on the heap of that, right? Of being paid while not being a coach.
Yeah, to leave.
Last year it was $8.1 billion to coaches who are not coaching anymore.
That's funny.
Right? Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. That is an insane amount of money, man. I can't believe these coaches get those kinds of guaranteed contracts. I can't, man. I just don't get it.
No, I know.
I just don't know. How the hell do you have that? So you got that much money, you just keep moving on. Jesus Christ, some of these teams move on with coaches. Like, holy shit. What about look at Miami.
Right.
I mean, that guy these guys just got piss away money that they just throw these guys to but they'll fight tooth and nail to not give a starting quarterback or a running back or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That's the shit that I don't get with the NFL. I don't.
Lovie Smith got fired. And I guess maybe that's because
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Everybody knew he was a 1-year coach, so I don't know why anybody's upset about it. I know Lovie wasn't happy.
It was funny. I don't know if you guys heard, but Lovey said that was his biggest Bears win.
Yeah.
That he had was the win by Houston there to give the Bears the first pick.
Yeah, that was funny. And it was a good kick in their nuts on the way out the door. So
yeah.
Well, I don't know why he thought he was gonna stay. I mean, I kind of thought everybody was under the understanding he was a 1-year fill-in kind of guy for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, he might have. I probably.
Right? I mean, that's kind of the word out there in the atmosphere. I mean, obviously, we don't know everything of what he was told behind the scenes, but
right. He hasn't said much. He kept quiet. I mean, I imagine he will. He's very quiet. I remember with the Bears, he's quiet.
Yeah.
He don't say much. But because of his win, and I mean, it's not his. I mean, you know what though? That's not the reason. Like you say, that's not the reason.
No,
he didn't get fired because they won.
Absolutely.
He was, but like because of that, look what happened to Houston. Houston goes to number 2.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that says a lot about about Lovie Smith, man. And the Houston Texans. I mean, I guess that kind of goes to show you that even though when people say they're tanking, some teams aren't.
The
Houston
players
had
don't know.
Perfect opportunity to tank that right there. That was easy. That was an easy one.
I don't think there's a player or a coach that you would talk to that would say that they went out and intentionally lost the game. I think they always go out and play to win.
They would have to, right? Or they're going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
They're going to get. But I mean, like GMs want you to lose. I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm
the higher ups are.
The Bears. Sure. The Bears GM was. I mean, I watched Eberflus fighting and arguing during that game against Minnesota, and then, Poles was pretty happy afterwards, and you could see it. He didn't want to show, but you could tell.
Right.
So I mean, now we won't talk on this too much because this is teams for me like losers, and you see the Bears are getting already. There's the crazy talk about whatever the trades could be and all that
wasn't
stuff.
Even cold, John.
What's that?
The body of the NFL season wasn't even cold, buddy, and that's when I mess. I'm like, it's already starting, dude. That's why I posted that.
And you know what kills me with Fields? I mean,
I honestly was shocked that was the topic of conversation on Monday morning.
I know.
That's why I posted it. They spent a lot of time on it.
I know they did, and that's why it drove me nuts.
I watched ESPN and they didn't talk much about it.
Well, they did the week
one. And the morning shows did.
No, I mean I'm talking about.
Oh, later now they stopped. Yeah, they haven't because now we've gotten to the point of trades, blah blah blah. But I mean, my point is with Fields is I don't know. Jalen Hurts, they had to go find guys for him. Josh Allen, they needed to find somebody with him. Herbert had guys there already when he showed up, right? And then the Bengals had to go get people to play with. I mean, I don't know how these assholes.
Patrick Mahomes had a fully stocked bar when he showed up.
Yeah, so I mean, you can't. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks when high draft picks go to bad teams. It's just quarterbacks that is.
Well, sure. It's hard. You automatically know year one that quarterback's going to get his ass kicked for the most part. Year 2 is when you're supposed to start seeing growth. And then year 3, 4 is when you're supposed to see that kind of.
And the Bears fucked up. And the Bears messed up because they
didn't do it the right way.
And they fired the guy that, Fields comes in year 1 and then they fire everyone after year 1. So now you bring in a whole new group and you had Nagy, you know what I mean? So they kind of stunted his growth a little bit, I think.
Look at Zach Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson.
He should have his 3rd offensive coordinator this year.
That ain't good.
Yeah.
How about that? Talk about that's how guys get ruined. I'm sorry, that's how they get ruined, dude.
It's true. Yes.
There's rumors out there of that trade with Indy with the Bears of them getting Pittman.
I could see that.
I think that would be great.
I think
he is so quarterback thirsty right now, dude. They have to go for a young guy because they're already fucked with Matt Ryan. They're not getting out of that contract. There's nobody trading for him. Not under that contract, they're not.
I mean, I think they'll get the 4th pick overall from Indy, and then I
Right.
figured I hope they get the 36th pick, which is a second round pick, and then I want a first next year. And I
Right.
think then
There's where you talk. He's got, dude. I hope he doesn't make stupid decisions.
me too. My God, the Bears have had stupid.
He's got a pretty stacked deck of cards in his favor right now, man. And I'd hate to see him fuck that up.
Yeah.
My friend, sorry.
No, that's all right. I've been swearing all night.
Yeah.
I mean, because that'll be the big dude. The whole sporting world in the NFL is gonna be looking at, dude. It's gonna be the topic of conversation.
Oh my
For
God,
a long time. The whole off season,
yeah,
concentration is going to be on your guy not to screw this up. And then they're going to start picking him apart. And they're going to look at his old decisions. And then they're going to start having conversations. Do you think he's going to screw this up? And they're going to try to force it. It's like, they love drama. But it's going to be a conversation, I think, for quite a bit of the offseason, man.
But think about it, though. Like, I mean, with Pittman, he would be better or at least as good, if not better, than anyone that you would draft.
Oh, at that, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But, the problem with Ryan Poles right now is he made one move, and that move doesn't look really good, giving up that second round pick for Claypool. But I don't know if we know yet. We'll have to wait and see.
It's early, dude. I'm sorry. He didn't even have. I mean, he didn't go through training camp with you guys. That's. I'm sorry. Till he's got a training camp full all that. Yeah. You can't judge a guy coming in halfway in the season or three-quarters of the way in this, or a quarter of the way in the season. I mean,
it's funny though, when you're a losing team and the fans of losing teams, you think, I got to get it out of my mind. I think draft picks are such big cap, and I know it is, but you know what I mean? Like I was mad when I heard Pittman. I'm like, no, I just want all the picks. But then I thought about, okay, Pittman. I like DeForest Buckner too. I might rather have him than Pittman.
See, you also have to weigh there is you got a guy who is good, or you're going to take your shot. And that's where guys get. That's where they get screwed up.
So we'll have enough time.
He's young, man. He's young. I would take him. I would take for sure. I don't know that Indy's going to be willing to give him up though.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to. I'll tell you what. You got to get that first round pick next year too, because they should be bad again, Indy. So the Bears should have another high pick. The Bears probably won't be that great either, so they'll be in the in there.
You could creep into the play as long as if he puts his ducks in a row, man, and does right by Justin Fields. You guys could easily be in the playoffs.
2 years, I think.
I hope
Green
so.
Green Bay is now in a state of. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's all about.
But
the Lions, I think,
they're all right. They got work to do.
Right. And
they still got flaws.
Yeah. And the Vikings.
The Vikings are the Vikings. They're always the same.
Whatever. Yeah.
There's something's just not right there.
I wonder if everybody's calling them frauds, man, and it's.
You know what they're frauds?
Because you know what it is because they got so many lucky wins.
Yeah.
No one's giving them credit for those wins.
He's
horrible on the radio today.
I think defensively they're really bad. That's a problem. They're usually a good defensive team, and they're just kind of.
Everybody's really like, just watch. Now it's the playoffs. They're going to get beat really early because they're not good against good teams.
And it's the same Vikings as always. That's why the Packers always dominated that division. But I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to give up the draft because we're going to think about how much we're going to talk about this come February, March, April. We're
going to be starved for stuff to talk about soon.
Sean Payton, he goes to the Broncos setup interview, I guess the Cardinals, the Texans. You had said that you heard the Broncos is the place, maybe? That's what he wants?
It makes the most sense, and it's because of this. And I think that guy's going to give him whatever he wants. He's going to give him all the power and everything. I think he's going to get everything he wants. Why not?
Man, that's where I wonder if he'll fit. I'm curious to see because I don't like that team at all.
Yeah, that's walking into a horrible situation.
Can he fix Russell Wilson?
Can he fix him somehow? He's the quarterback whisperer, right?
Yeah.
He's the old one, the old school one. That's what Cliff Kingsbury was supposed to be.
And I think this year humbled Russell Wilson quite a bit, where I think he might be a little more open to criticism and help from someone at this point because whatever he's doing ain't working.
Yeah,
it ain't working.
Harbaugh also did a virtual interview with the Broncos, Jim Harbaugh, that is.
I couldn't see that.
It's funny because they talked at Michigan. He said that I forget how he worded it, but it was something like he would likely be coaching Michigan. Like he wouldn't say he was going to be coaching Michigan.
He did last year.
Yeah, he did that last year.
Right.
Same playbook he did last year.
But I feel like he's really fishing for something, and if he gets the right offer, he'd be out of Michigan in a second.
I could see
Isn't
him going
he
to.
hard to deal with, though?
He's a weirdo.
Isn't he like a lunatic? Right?
The
I mean, he's gotten that reputation for quite a long time.
But I think the players are a big fan of him. Like, I think he's almost lunatic, like Campbell, like he's.
What happened? I cannot remember what happened with the 49ers.
He went to the Super Bowl with them.
Because it took shit like overnight.
Loses to his brother, and then that was it. He left for Michigan.
Was there some inner conflict with ownership or something like that after that?
I swear I didn't hear anything about it. I just think he wanted to go because here's the other thing. He's a weirdo. Here's what's weird about him.
Yeah, I know that.
He played at Michigan. He played under Bo Schembechler. He goes there. He almost looks like Bo Schembechler. He almost put on the persona.
Is that why he looks like that?
Yes, that's Bo Schembechler.
That's very weird.
It is. But the players, here's the thing, and I think he wants to go to the Bears. I truly believe if he could, because that's where he played, he would then embody Ditka or something stupid. But
he could go to he could probably go to the Colts too. Or
I'm thinking the Colts are a good spot for him. Perfect Midwest.
I'm shocked. I don't know that he's on their list of candidates, that surprises me. Maybe it is because Irsay's just like, that dude's even too weird for me, man.
I think players like him. I do think players like. Well, he had Kaepernick, right? That was the last. He was with Kaepernick.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yep.
So it's interesting with him. I've always been interested in him because I think there's something. Well, here's the thing. I liked him as a quarterback for the Bears way back when. So I was always kind of like, this guy might be a good Bears head coach, might be a good, but I don't know. I also think, speaking of coaching things, the Bears and Eberflus is interesting to me, but I can't see that they'd want to give Justin Fields another new group.
Oh, boy. You'd really be putting that in bad.
I know. That's why I don't think they won't do that, but man, I feel like it would have been, I wish there was someone different than Eberflus right now. But although Luke Getsy, I guess, is the guy that's, with him.
Why don't you like Eberflus?
You want to tell, I don't know. He's just one of those defensive. I mean, he's the guy who I bitched about, who I think Leslie Frazier is a good defensive coordinator, but I think that's all he should be. Absolutely. He reminds me of that. Like, it's kind of, and then, you know what, though? I got to give him, he got his defense ripped away. So he had all the players were gone. Think about it. But so I got to give him credit. He did good with some young guys when they were in Jack Sanborn and the younger guys out there. I don't know. I wish there was, like, Sean Payton would be interesting.
Yes.
I just don't know, though, if Sean Payton's ready to play the game the way it is now. Isn't it? You know what I mean? I wonder if
you think it's changed on him too much?
I'm wondering.
Do you think it's not yet?
Because it isn't Drew Brees type anymore. It's different. It's so different, I think, being a quarterback.
It'd be hilarious if this is like the Deshaun Watson thing where he gets a whole boatload of cash and then totally sucks.
He might. Well, think about those guys that happened to.
Yeah.
Ditka, it happened to him when he went to New Orleans. It was a disaster. Parcells had disasters.
Belichick had disasters.
Yeah. I mean, these guys, I just think about that. Because he went to Miami and was terrible, and it didn't work out, right? Didn't Parcells? And I remember Ditka to New Orleans. He made a boatload of money, but he traded the entire draft for Ricky Williams. Yeah.
Dude, you remember the cover of Sports Illustrated?
Yes. He was in a wedding dress, right? Wasn't Ricky Williams in a wedding dress? Yeah. How the hell did he must have been high as fuck. How did he agree to do that?
He was a wacky guy.
Oh my God.
He was a wacky guy.
Dude, I'll never forget that. I was like, what the shit is this?
That's when I realized it wasn't Ditka for the Bears. It really wasn't. It was Buddy Ryan. It was not him. It wasn't Ditka. Ditka actually was the reason that Bears team never won again, because of what he was doing behind the scene with his own ego. He ripped that 85 Bears team apart.
What a shame.
Of things. I mean, they stayed, but they didn't like him. They wanted Buddy Ryan. I mean, you saw they carried both guys off the field in 85.
Dude, that was. I remember.
So.
I remember going to my buddy's house when the Bills had to play the Bears and they were that good. And I was praying we had a shot. And they just beat the living shit out of Buffalo.
But they should be ashamed. They went 14-2, 13-3 over and over.
They're and just so good, man.
Get beat by the 49ers.
So good.
So now that's Sean Payton. What else? Do you think Ken Dorsey gets a chance anywhere, or is it not?
I think it's too early.
Do you think he's weird too, though? Like, would he be? Yeah, I don't know. He'd be an interesting. Yeah.
I mean, not awkward. Awkward. I don't know. Maybe he's just not a good interviewer. Maybe I don't know because that's all I've ever seen. I don't know much about him from college. I haven't watched any college interviews he did, but I mean, I don't know. Honestly, him being a college quarterback and the quarterback that I'm very surprised at. He's not more imaginative with his plays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier. I'm not going to get into it right now, but you know what I mean. So I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, they're giving him an interview, but he's not really going to get a legit sniff at a job. I don't think. Not yet.
And it does seem like Eric Bieniemy is just waiting.
Yeah.
For.
He just interviewed with Indy, dude. I can't believe they shouldn't even let him walk out the door.
Oh, he did interview. Wow.
Yeah, he interviewed Indy. I'm pretty sure it was Indianapolis today. Yeah.
Oh, he interviewed. Well, I don't blame him he's been there, but he interviewed last year too, right? Didn't he?
Right.
He did a round of interviews.
Yeah, but I guess he wasn't happy with what they offered him or something, right? Is it something like that? I mean, I think I thought somebody was going to give him a job, but he wasn't happy with how it was doled out to him or something. I thought I might be wrong.
You might be right. I mean, yeah.
I remember something happened with. I remember everybody was shocked he didn't get a job.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And as I look down I'm looking at these guys as we're talking more about head coaches possible. I think that's about it. There's not really a great group of. I mean, I'm looking at the names.
Well, you got to remember that. I'll tell you, if Tampa Bay beats Dallas this week, there's going to be another opening.
Yeah, he's got to get fired.
And they're going to try, and they're going to go strong for Sean Payton. Jerry Jones is going to give him the stadium. He'll probably put a statue of him outside before he even starts coaching.
That would be
that I know he would like Sean Payton there.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean,
just because Jerry Jones is talking too, he said something the other day about facing his or I don't know if it was the other day, but I had just heard it repeated, facing his mortality, and he knows he doesn't have much more time left on this earth, and he wants another Super Bowl.
My.
And I'm like, holy shit, is this guy like terminal or something? Like, I don't know what's going on, but that's the way he was talking.
You're right. If Dallas,
he could be all in, dude. You know what I mean? Like, Sean? What do you want? You know what I mean? You want my parking spot? I'll park in the handicap.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into the games after the break, but I will say this: if Dallas loses to Tampa, they really should be fired. That something's got to happen.
That's why everybody's like, "Oh, Mike McCarthy's got a good record." They're like, "No, if they lose to Tampa, which they might.
They might.
They might, dude. Honestly, that's one
of knows.
That game is involved in one of my favorites of the week.
Well, because with Dak is 1-3, I think they said playoff record, just like Romo was. They're both 1-3.
That guy cannot stop throwing to the other team, dude.
And then I saw his interview. I saw him get interviewed today, and they were saying, all right, that's not normal for him. Like he kept saying, it's not normal for me to throw. Talk about throwing interceptions. He said so. He was saying I put it behind me and all this stuff. If they don't beat, I mean, if I'm starting to think, when are they going to go in another direction?
If he throws a six during that game, Tampa's defense is not that bad.
No,
it's just their offense doesn't put up points. They might have gotten a couple games where, let's just remember, for the entire season, they have not done that. So I haven't seen consistency out of them yet like that.
Right.
So I'm expecting them. I think there's a good chance that they win the game, Tampa. I really do. I think that's their best chance. I think they're going to get beat in the second round, but I think they're going to beat Dallas, dude. I just don't think.
Wow, could you imagine?
I just don't think Dallas is going to do it. I just don't. I don't think Dak is up for it, man.
Yeah, there's something. I mean, in it.
Is it what was it? His arm? What was his hand? Right, his hand, his thumb.
Hand, and then of course that disgusting. He's had a lot of injuries in the past 3 years.
They're not going to tell you that, but I'm sure it's still bothering him.
His ankle too. He broke it. I mean, that ankle's got to be hurt. It twisted and broke like Theismann.
Yeah.
I don't care how much treatment you get. You're still a human being, man. You can only heal so fast and so well.
I know. And he looks different. I get the same feeling about him as I do Russell Wilson. I get that. It's just not as quick, not as mobile as he used to be. And I think that was
his ankle last year, right?
Was it 2 years ago? Or was it last year? No, it couldn't have been. It had to be
2 years ago?
Broke the ankle. When did he break the ankle? Was it 2 years ago?
It was last year.
Last year? Okay.
Yes, you're right. So he'll probably be right next season.
Yeah.
It seems to me, most of these guys with broken bones and surgeries, it seems to be the track record that they're never right until the next year after. 1 year seems like trying it out, making you feel better, get your confidence back in it. And then it seems to me that like the next year is when the guys seem to get way more back to normal. That could be it with him. I don't know. I'm guessing. Could be.
Here's what we're going to do, guys, Scott, Robin. We're going to take our quick break now because then we can come back, break down the games, give our selections, talk about key injuries and shit like that. But we will be back. Give me about 2 minutes and we'll be right back.
All right.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
All right, welcome back to our podcast.
I'm getting screamed at by two little pugs. I'm going to whoop some ass here in a minute. I've been trying to get them to stop through that whole commercial break.
I hear them. Well, it's wild card weekend, so they're fired up. And
give me a minute.
Robin, you're probably fired up.
I'm fired up
for it, I guess. Here's the matchups real quick. I'll put them up on the screen for everyone. You see the 4 o'clock, the games tomorrow, and then Sunday we got a full slate, and I can't stand Monday Night Football. It's weird, but okay, they're there. So let's start out with, we might as well. Let's get right into it because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 4:30. Hold on a minute, guys. We got to start talking. And there's our record. We're still 51%. We keep holding strong at 51%. But I think we're going to break through this week. I can feel it. This is the week. Let's talk about game 1. Tomorrow, 4:30 kickoff. It sounds like it's going to be a wet, rainy day over there. I saw the weather is going to be like storms, like real heavy downpour rain in the morning. But by the time kickoff comes, I guess just light showers.
Right.
So, but it'll be wet.
And windy.
And that's the Seahawks at the 49ers. 49ers minus 9.5 over under 42. Seattle coming in with a 9-8 record. The 49ers are 13-4. I got to imagine everyone's going to play. I can't see McCaffrey being out.
No, he's going to play.
He's playing. Yeah, and Walker's playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone will be in.
Just a little fun fact about this game. Purdy is the lowest drafted rookie quarterback to start a playoff game in NFL history.
Oh, that is interesting. And he looks very poised, I will say.
He does.
I'll tell you, yeah, he's been pretty impressive, man.
He has such a good defense to play with. I think about
He's in the perfect situation. Like, he is in the perfect situation. Wide receiver set, running back set, offensive line set, tight end set. Dude, if you I don't know how anybody is as successful in that offense.
and that defense is as good as it gets. And it reminds me, I mean, think of teams that have gone to Super Bowls with nobodies. You know, you think Rex Grossman was one. Baltimore, yeah. So
That's
I mean,
like the biggest one I ever. What do you have? 100 yards passing in the game? I don't know. I'm guessing, but
yeah, no. And so I mean, this kid, it's going to be interesting. And the 49ers are good. I do they cover this spread? Do they cover this 9.5? I know they're going to win. There's no way they're losing.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a massive blowout myself. I love the 49ers.
Very good.
I obviously would throw the 49ers on the money line into any parlay if it adds anything to it. But point-wise, I would take Seattle plus the 9.5 only because of the weather. I just don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I like the under as well because of the weather. So that's the only reason. If it wasn't for the weather, I would say 49ers easily cover.
And I'm going to feel that the 49ers are going to cover.
Okay.
For me, I think whether or not, you know what I mean, whether the rain, I think they will. I think beat them 10-0. They may shut them out because DK Metcalf did nothing last time they played each other. So I just got this feeling that they're going to. There's going to be. I think they beat the hell out of them. And Geno Smith has been just terrible. You know, he's back.
Yeah, he has. He just lost that magic he had
Yeah.
at the beginning of the season's gone, man.
You know what prop bet I really like in this game is Christian McCaffrey over 75 yards rushing.
Ooh, all right.
You know what prop
like
bet
that.
I love?
He's got one.
I got one too. George Kittle, 2+ touchdowns.
Ooh,
Okay.
it's a good
He
one.
is his Purdy's touchdown machine is George
Yeah.
Kittle, dude. He has had since. Look at all the touchdowns he's scored since he came in. Dude, I used to bet him all the time to score a touchdown. He never scores. That kid comes in and he's scoring 2 touchdowns a game. Like,
What do you?
3 out of 4. Dude, he's scored a touchdown in every game Purdy's been in. And 2 of those games, he's had multiple touchdown games.
You know, they're in such a weird situation as they move forward
Kittle is such a great tight end.
because, I know,
Such a
Purdy.
good blocker, dude.
Well, think about the situation the 49ers are in. They got Purdy, right? And, of course, Trey Lance is still somewhere. You know, he's hurt. What a weird spot this team is in.
What do you do?
I know. I don't know
Right.
what they do
That's a really, really wild situation.
because Garoppolo's got to
Oh,
go.
I don't really. Well,
Enough with, they got.
I
They
guess
gotta let him go.
you open it up. I mean, what if Purdy takes him? What if he wins this fucking Super Bowl with them? He's a starter.
I know.
He's a starter, dude. He's a starter.
Starter. Trey
You know,
Lance
what are they
is.
gonna get? Another 1st round or 2nd round draft pick to trade Trey Lance somewhere? You shitting me? The rich get
Wow.
richer, them fuckers. Pardon my language.
Yeah, no. It's true.
49ers are so complete offensively and defensively. I don't know how they financially are able to do that.
Me neither.
I was
I don't
shocked
either.
that they brought McCaffrey on. I did not expect that. I did not expect it because I'm like, think how they even afford him.
The only thing I could see them doing, and I don't know how they could afford this, but I keep thinking Aaron Rodgers there.
Oh my God.
And they just
Dude, that would be just disgusting if it
move
happened.
everyone else out and just have him and Purdy type of thing.
That
I don't
would be
know.
insane.
But maybe they can't afford that. Maybe finally they can't. I don't know. But is McCaffrey, how long is McCaffrey? He's got a long deal or what?
Well, he
You
redid
know?
his contract when he went there.
yeah.
He did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's probably got at least a minimum of 3-year deal. I think it's at least maybe probably a 5.
And
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where he's Stanford. He loves it there. That's right
He's locked
there.
in. He's locked in. Just hope he doesn't get hurt.
That's all. And when he's healthy, wow.
I can't believe he stayed, dude, and he's running the rock a lot.
Yeah, and he's staying
He
good.
stayed healthy, man. Now I wish Buffalo would have grabbed him.
So we all like the 49ers to definitely win the game. Robin, you're kind of edging on the side. It's going to be close because of weather. Not close.
Right.
The game's never going to be in doubt. I get what you're saying.
Right.
Me and Scott think it might be. They can cover that 9.5.
I got to get my dogs in so they don't
Yeah,
freeze.
no
And
problem.
I
But-
definitely, like I said, I like the under 42 in that game as well.
Yeah, that might be the best bet of the but that and 49ers I might want to parlay.
Mhm.
Just parlay it all.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Seahawks were a surprise right out of the gate anyways.
Oh,
In a lot of ways.
were.
I mean, they shocked me. I expected they were going to be bad. I didn't think they were going to be good this year at all.
No, I don't think anybody anticipated that they were going to be good. I think they thought they were going to get a high draft pick.
Yeah, and they did.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And they did. So good for them. I mean, where are they picking it? Yeah, they're at number 5.
Yeah.
So what a successful year then it is for Seattle.
Right.
You make the playoffs and you get the 5th pick overall. You found your running back, it looks like, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to mess with that.
Yeah.
Still got Metcalf. They should be drafting a quarterback.
Right.
They may jump up, but I don't know if the Bears would want to go down 5. But anyways, that's Seattle. I was just telling Robin, Seattle, they got the 5th pick overall. They did make the playoffs, so they're kind of
Rich get richer.
Need a quarterback, I'm sure.
You're gonna take one.
And that kid from Kentucky, everyone's starting to like him. Will Levis or whatever. Yeah, everyone's starting to like him. The next game is the Chargers at the Jaguars. Let me show you something here.
One of my favorites.
We had a watch this. Williams is Mike Williams, right?
Yes.
He's hurt again, and listen to this.
The problem.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that? You
My
broke
back is broken.
what? A vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
That's him. He's got a broken back. That's what he said. He's out. Can you imagine the poor guy?
I totally remember that.
Yeah, wasn't that great? We got to play it again.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that? You
My
broke
back is broken.
what? A vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Remember
How does anyone keep a straight face?
Yeah, Jim Gray deserves a
Jim
medal.
Gray, man. Oh, he must have hated Jim Gray so much to do to him.
And I think, could you imagine? I remember people talking about calling in sick to work like that, and you say that. That would be so great. What's wrong? What is the problem? I broke my back.
It's vital.
Yeah, it's fine. Unbelievable. So, anyways, Mike Williams is out for 2 to 3 weeks. It's like he catches a pass this year, gets hurt, catches another pass. So he's gone. But
Brandon Staley is going to be fired.
I think so too.
They're going to lose, right?
They might
I
lose.
really think they're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
No, and they should be better than this.
And they should be better than this. And you play your starters for no reason the week before, and one of your receivers breaks his back.
Yeah,
like
right.
And he's your best receiver. Like one of your best.
Certainly.
You got a nice Keenan are a pretty hot tandem out there, dude.
It is.
I mean, when I thought he was going to be a free agent, I was praying Buffalo was going to try to get him. I'm sure they looked into it, but he wasn't going anywhere.
Because then you got Eckler. You got a good, and the defense is supposed to be good.
I can't believe that dude's got a broken back.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I didn't see the hit. Did he take it helmet to the back or something?
I didn't see it either. I thought he just caught the ball the way it looked to me and fell over. I didn't see.
He didn't even get hit?
I don't know. Do you remember? I don't recall
I don't
not
know.
being anything. No, because I remember being carted off and I was surprised. Remember, he gets carted off, and I didn't understand.
And they said he couldn't walk after the game.
Well, he's spinal. He broke his back. So
I'm not laughing at all at his injury. I'm laughing at the Tyson thing. I'm sorry. So no one take that. I am not at all laughing at that guy's injury. I pray he's all right. He's a phenomenal wide receiver.
He's been hurt so much, though, right?
I know,
that's a guy.
When he's healthy, he's so good.
Oh, I know. So this week, and I don't understand this. Well, maybe I should understand it, but it's the Chargers that we have -2.5 and an over/under of 47.5 in Jacksonville, who's 9-8. The Chargers 10-7. Are they really that much different at this point?
I know.
I think maybe it's because Jacksonville still kind of, it took them a little while to come on in the beginning of the season. Maybe people don't think that they've been consistent enough.
And they've won 6 out of the last 7, though, Jacksonville.
I love Jacksonville. I love Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Do you like Jacksonville?
Love Jacksonville.
To be honest, this is the only game that I didn't pick the side on.
Okay.
But I do like the over 47.5. I think with Jacksonville playing hot and this being Herbert's first playoff game, I think it's going to be a shootout.
Is everyone playing for the Chargers? Bosa, Khalil Mack, right? They're all there.
Yeah, Bosa, I believe, is questionable.
He's
but
his whole
everybody
life.
else- yeah, I know.
Derwin
He's been
James.
questionable since he signed.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, I
questionable at
know.
Ohio State. And then Khalil Mack. This team, no, I tell you what, if they lose, they should be fired. I agree. There should be a firing.
So what are we picking?
Scott likes Jacksonville.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Jacksonville money line, man.
Money line.
Straight up. I don't even need the points. I just think this is. I don't know how far they'll go. I am a fan of Jacksonville.
I am too.
I really like Trevor Lawrence, dude. I really do. He's a good quarterback, man.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get any accolades. He doesn't get nothing. He doesn't bitch. Nothing. That dude, and he could. He's got every right to.
Oh yeah, after last year.
With
Yeah.
screwball last year, but what a turnaround for that kid. I'm happy for him, man. I really am.
Travis Etienne too is playing well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good.
I
They
like
got a
them
lot of top round talent on that offense.
They do.
Over there.
Yep.
prop wise. I like Eckler to score a touchdown.
Always.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's put that in there.
If you want to do a parlay, you definitely add an Eckler. I did already.
Yeah. Yeah.
An
we gotta
Eckler
put-
touchdown in there. You have to.
So I mean, but I think you make a good point about firing, because if the Chargers, how the hell? I mean, because this isn't. They should have been ready to take a step here this year, even without Williams. I mean, they still should have been. The defense is not playing as good as you would expect, and
I expected
Something
them.
isn't right.
I expect them to win the division. I thought they were going to win the division.
yeah,
Seriously, I thought they were going to overtake it. I did not expect Kansas City to be as good as they are. I really did not. After losing Tyreek Hill, I thought they were going to start to come down to reality. They're good, dude. They're really good. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for them.
but the Chargers though, wouldn't Sean Payton fit in? But see, I got to get him out of my mind. I don't know yet.
He fits
I
in
guess
everywhere, John.
Yeah,
Every
he
team you
does,
look
but
at.
maybe he
Houston,
don't.
The Houston situation.
Yeah.
I don't know what the owner's like, but pick wise and all that. I mean,
Yeah,
he's right at the beginning of a rebuild over there. He could shape that thing exactly how he wants it.
they truly need something to happen though. They should not be. They shouldn't be 10-7. They should be better.
Yeah.
The defense alone, they should at least, like the 49ers, they win a lot of games on defense, right? They're so good defensively. I would have thought the Chargers would have had one of the best defenses in
The
football.
Chargers should have contended for the division. They should have put up a bigger fight with.
Yeah, this is a bad.
And
this
they didn't.
isn't-
They
I
did.
don't know. I
Everybody,
like Herbert still, though. I don't have a problem with Herbert. I still like him.
Oh,
I
he's
still
good.
think and he'll run and he'll move and he'll do whatever he
He
can. in
played
this
a lot
game.
of the season also without Keenan Allen because Keenan
That's
Allen was
true.
hurt for a long time.
Both of them were gone. Yeah, they were both gone.
I think
So-
Herbert is special. I think he's like a Mahomes like quarterback.
Yeah, I think
when you look at him, you see something different.
Well, you got the four of them with Mahomes, Allen. I said this before the season. Herbert and Burrow.
Burrow, yeah.
These four guys remind you of the past, like the
It's
80s
like
when you
Kelly, Marino.
had yeah,
Elway.
Kosar, all the Elway.
Yeah.
You had that group, and they got them again. Those four guys are as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
Bernie
It's the,
Kosar.
it's the same way, right? It's the same way though. Like the NFC doesn't have any quarterbacks really, unless Fields gets better. Jalen Hurts okay.
Oh, you just look at it. They were all aging quarterbacks for the most
Yeah.
part in the NFC. All their good quarterbacks are like verge of retirement.
I'm going to tell you, Aaron Rodgers is going to have somewhere is going to rebirth him. I don't know where.
I think he
You
retired.
don't think he'll end up in Green? You don't think he'll end up staying in Green Bay?
No.
I think he's going to retire.
You think he's going to retire? Maybe he will.
Retire.
He might.
I really
He
do.
might.
I really
might
do. I
walk
think
off.
he's going to retire.
I would love to.
When I
see
heard him say that to that dude,
Yeah,
that's all I needed to hear. No, I think I'm going to keep this one.
right.
It's all I needed to hear. If there was a question, why would he say that?
That's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, he's done it. I mean, I know. He won a Super Bowl, right? He won his Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
He
couldn't
should have
get
done better.
Giants shits, dude. I don't think he wants to go to another team. I don't.
He should have done better, though. I got to tell you, he should have
doesn't-
won more.
He's not clear enough. Well, he went through. His whole personality has changed since he's been there.
That's true.
I
Now
think.
he's a hippie.
Yeah, now he's a hippie, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before he's an asshole.
Well, he spent all year working with these receivers and building the trust and building the relationship, and now he's got success like he does with Christian Watson. I think he might come back to Green Bay.
What if Dallas says, "Come on over"? What if someone I guess they'd have to blow him away with big money.
I
Yeah,
don't know if he go to Dallas. I could see him go to San Francisco though, because he's California dude.
Yeah, I could see San Francisco.
I could
Can you
see San
imagine him with
Francisco.
McCaffrey in the group? I mean, it would be something else. I mean, they probably win a Super Bowl.
He's got a lot of He's played in the league a long time, dude. He's got a lot of connections, and I hear him name people off.
Right.
When he does those interviews, watch the Pat McAfee show next Tuesday. Aaron Rodgers is coming on.
It'll be interesting to see how he's. Yeah,
He's already, I guess, hasn't he? I thought he already met with Green Bay dudes. I don't know, but
right. I don't know why he'd stay there. I don't know. They've never ever really helped. It's so sick. They never ever really helped him.
No,
they've only.
Isn't that like the worst part of it all?
Yeah.
Think how many Super Bowls they could have won with him.
They just didn't give him it.
It's a waste. Just a waste. It's a waste. It's sad.
So why don't we move on to Sunday?
Did you have a pick for this game?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to pick.
Hey, I want because of the two games we already talked about, I want to give another additional.
Okay.
It's a parlay I'm going to bet.
You ready?
Prop bet parlay. It's a prop bet parlay, and it could be. The odds are probably pretty good on it. Eckler touchdown, Kittle 2 touchdowns.
It's
Those
going to be
2
a good
touchdown
one.
odds are very high.
Yeah.
Kittle has done it multiple times. That's why, and I think it would be easy for him to do it against Seattle.
Yeah, I like it. We might have to play it too.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Even if you throw $10 on it, it might win you
Right.
200. The odds are probably crazy with it just because of the multiple touchdown. But
Absolutely. Well, now we're into Sunday at 1 p.m. Skylar Thompson brings the Dolphins in to, Orchard Park. Buffalo minus 13.5, over under 43.5. All you need to know is Skylar Thompson coming in. And that's fine. You know what? That's the way it is. Everyone gets hurt. You just deal with it. And they are going to I can't see this. You know what, though? The Bills are weird. We talked about this maybe off air or maybe even on the show last week. They just never – I'm always like, they're going to blow them out. They're going to blow – and you kind of got to wait till the fourth quarter to see if they're going to cover for you. So they're a little tough. They make it a little tough on the big lines. I hate it.
I think this is the week
they go wild.
They absolutely change that. I think, first of all, this might as well be a bye week for them with
That's
this little
nice.
as Miami's going to put up, I think. And I have a feeling that DeMar Hamlin will be at the game, and I think it's going to
I think so too.
boost that everybody thought that they were going to get last week, because I really wasn't that impressed. I think the Patriots are terrible. I think the Bills are going to play for him this week like we thought they were last week, and I think they blow Miami out.
It'll be like that old Raiders. Remember when the Bills played the Raiders that one year and they beat them like 52-10?
51-3,
Yeah,
baby.
or whatever it was. Yeah.
51-3, man. I was in West Virginia watching it with a bunch of dudes I went to college with, and I had a bet with a guy who was a Raiders fan, and we were at his house. Whoever lost, the other one had to shave his head.
Oh, well.
I had hair down here.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking 89, 90, bro. I was looking like John Bon Jovi back in those days. I put my hair on the line, and it was a beautiful thing.
And that was Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
And all that. So I think we're all pretty convinced. Right. Buffalo's not going to. You were talking. We're going to talk about the Bills. Let me. What do you think? Do they cover?
Honestly, I think they're going to cover this game.
I think we both all.
I don't like high point spreads like that, especially in the playoffs. But Skylar Thompson's I think he's gonna have a tough day tomorrow.
Tough day.
Sunday. Yeah. He's gonna have. I think it could be bad.
Yeah,
I think so.
It could get. I think exactly like Robin. I think DeMar Hamlin might walk them out onto the field. To be honest, I truly believe that might happen.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I could see it be bad.
Now you are our Bills fan on the podcast, and what are you thinking? I know you were saying
on a Bills fan that lives in reality. Let's say that.
And what are you thinking with this team? We were talking off air about offense more than defense.
I absolutely 100,000% bleed for this team. I love this team. It's been my favorite team since I was a child. So I'm realistic in my expectations with things. Well, could they grow on a run with this whole destiny thing? Sure. 1,000%. Out of the Philadelphia, San Francisco, Cincinnati, Kansas City, do I believe truly that they can beat all of those teams? No, I don't. And the reason I say that is there's a few things. If DeMar Hamlin did not get hurt Monday night, I think Buffalo was about to get their ass kicked. Now, the only reason I say that is because the offensive talent on Buffalo's side doesn't stack up to the offensive talent on the other teams. Because I mean, Dawson Knox has been having an off year. He's recently catching touchdowns, but he's had an off year, and there's reasons for that. Understandable. Gabe Davis has completely regressed from what he was last year. He drops. He was targeted 10 times last week and caught 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like that cannot happen from a number 2 wide receiver.
I even saw one catch where he just didn't get his feet in. He caught the ball. He didn't get his feet in.
I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah.
And they put their faith in Isaiah McKenzie as the gadget fast guy. I am so glad he's most likely inactive this week. He's another one that he drops the ball. He's had catches lately, but now they hardly throw to him because they don't trust him anymore. So now he's worthless, right? So now Beasley's in there. So glad he's back this week. He's got called up. And then they've got Micah Hyde coming back possibly next week, and Jamison Crowder, that is awesome. We've needed him all year, but he broke his ankle, and I'm glad he's back. But can you go up and I don't know, man. I think our defense isn't good enough. That's the bigger fear for the team for me is the defense can easily get walked down the field on. I've seen it. I mean, when a running back in one quarter has over 100 yards, that's horrible. And we're about to play him, but he's not playing this week. Mostert. But I mean, I just don't. If this was the Bills of the last year, I would say Bull all the way, dude.
Right. They
don't look the same. The Dable, I've now seen the whole season. I see how much we've lost with Dable not being here anymore. And the immaturity or the lack of maturity yet for Ken Dorsey as an offensive coordinator, the lack of imagination with the play calling, the lack of disguising things. I mean, come on, man. You know, there's plays where he turns and hands the ball off and the dudes, I'm like, everybody knew what was just going to happen.
I hate that. I know.
It's so obvious what you're about to do and you do it anyway. And then you lose 2 yards. Like, you know what I mean? Or they're tackled standing up because the play just develops so fast. The defense is in on it so quickly. That shit drives me crazy when plays like that happen. That drives me nuts. And Josh is great. I love Josh Allen. I would trade him for the world. I'm glad he's my quarterback. I'll live and die with him. But he's just like Brett Favre in this respect. Not that he hates poor people.
Yeah, right.
But that he gets careless with the football because these interceptions he's throwing this year, it's not even being careless. I don't even know what he's doing. He's throwing it directly to guys. I don't understand it. I've never seen him do it.
You brought up Favre.
Not throwing and making a play and a guy dropping a pass and it goes, guys. These are fucking directly in people's chests.
It's funny. You bring Favre up.
And it's like, dude, you should lose your job.
You bring Favre up, and then I think of Elway. These are guys that have cannons for arms, and I just think sometimes they just believe.
You get loose with them, dude.
Yeah, they just think I'll throw it right through you. I don't know.
I don't know if it was at times that Josh thought he was going to be able to do more, and that elbow injury was still bothering him, and he couldn't. Yeah. I'm sure there's that. But then there's some where he just throws it to the – and I'm like, what the shit did you – he was right in front of you, and you threw it right – I don't know what – I don't understand it. And he can't even explain it sometimes. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Playoff Josh, sometimes he turns into the Winter Soldier, and he does phenomenal and doesn't turn the ball over at all in the playoffs. But we'll see.
Yeah, a lot on his shoulders.
I think they're going to kill Miami, but do I have faith we could get by Cincinnati or Kansas City? That's tough, man. Kansas City, yes, because we already beat them once. Cincinnati's
because Kansas City's got
scary, dude.
Cincinnati
is very, very, very scary.
And the Chiefs have that. They've got the same problem that you were trying to say. I mean, it's even worse than the Bills' defense. They can't stop anyone.
No,
they got one of the worst defenses in the
always
league.
Horrible. That's why their offense always has to put up 35 points and bail them out.
So I don't know. I mean, that will be a hell of a game again. You want to talk about 45
That's why they had to battle so hard against teams like Denver. That's why Buffalo could easily beat Kansas City.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Cincinnati.
They could beat them too.
Cincinnati scares me, dude. If Buffalo doesn't go to the bowl, I think Cincinnati's going to be the team that does it.
They might win this year.
Yeah,
those 3 wide receivers are all healthy, and they are dude. When I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the game, and I'm like watching them run down the field, and I'm like, holy shit! Every one of them is completely wide open. Every one of them is wide open. Take your pick, dude. Just take your pick. Where are you going to throw it? And they just boom, 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 touchdown. Boom, and then the injury happened. But
yeah, and it's the offensive line for Burrow. If they hold up, I mean, and the last thing,
normally they don't.
I know. Last thing for the Bills, I will say, because I know we should go to the Giants Vikings. Von Miller did suck for them because that was the guy who could, that
That's
injury.
who
He was gonna,
Yeah.
this was the time you wanted Von Miller.
Trust me, Von Miller's probably sitting there at this point now. It's probably bothering him now more than
Now
it
it
has
is.
at all. You know
Yeah,
what
this
I
was
mean?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, this was it.
Good time. Oh, real quick before we go to that game, I almost forgot. Sean McVay is staying with the Rams.
Oh, good to hear, dude.
But
I was
here's
hoping
one-
he wasn't going to take off. He's so young.
One thing I'm going to say about him, though, I never like it when someone's contemplating retirement or walking away and then they come back. It's weird.
Right, I know.
That was like Aaron Donald. I hope he's not. Maybe, I don't know. Why would he ever say that?
What, that's
I don't
the
know.
thing.
But,
Even if you're
Well, because of how
contemplating-
much money he was offered to go and do commentating.
yeah,
This past year, dude, he was offered like almost as much. I think is pretty close to what fucking Tom Brady was offered.
for commentating.
Yeah,
He would be in.
that's
he
how
would-
they tried to draw him out of coaching, and he. How do you not think about that? I'd
I
be
know.
gone later.
yeah,
no
right.
more nights
Think
sleep
about
on
that.
those. What
But
I got was
how do you go?
He already won a Super Bowl,
publicly
too.
say-
No, it's tough to say that. I know it was
That's what I mean,
weird.
it's one thing if he's telling his wife that he's contemplating that, okay, but to-
No, he
you're,
said it.
You're going out and telling the media.
There's a reason that he said it. Though.
Yeah.
There is a reason behind these guys saying it. I think.
oh sure.
All right. Let's maybe money. Let's move on to Sunday at 4:30. The Giants are 9-7 at the Vikings 13-4. Minnesota's -3 over unders 48. Everyone's ready to go in this game. There's no injuries. Everyone's good. Boy, this game makes me wonder if it wouldn't shock me if the Giants win this game outright.
Mhm.
I don't know. Didn't they play in overtime this year? I think.
They did.
Yeah. What do you think, Scott?
Love it.
Giants?
Well, I love the Giants. I'm taking them
What
on
about
the
you?
money line. I think we'll
also
win
like
outright.
the Giants.
I like the points. I like the money line. I like everything. Anything you want to give me, I guess, with the Giants.
Okay.
I agree. I can't. There's something about Minnesota. Well, obviously, I mean, they're messed up because you got Delvin Cook. I know you have
He
Jefferson.
has not done jack lately.
No, and he got hurt again the other day.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think 11 of the Vikings wins have been one-score games.
Yeah.
So to me, that's just not as impressive as a 13-win team that's
Well, yeah.
handling their business every week.
The
I think
Vikings-
one of the big problems with the Vikings this year is Thielen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hurt, or I don't think he's played 100% all year.
Yeah.
And so when they double up on Jefferson,
Yeah. All they got is KJ
he's
Osborne.
not, they don't really have to. I mean, they can put one guy on Thielen. They really don't have to worry about him because
Well, here's the thing too. When they played earlier in the season, the Vikings killed the Giants in the with Jefferson,
Right.
and
Mhm.
there was another receiver that went over 100
KJ
yards. It
Osborne.
might have been KJ
I think it was him.
Osborne.
Yeah.
But I think the Giants will have learned from it, and also they've got some players coming back on defense. Adoree Jackson, I know, is one, and I think they'll make a difference.
And I think the Vikings defense is bad. And I imagine Saquon Barkley has a good day.
I was just-
I assume they're going to have and Jones, I'm not a big crazy fan of him, but he does the things you want a quarterback to do. He'll take off
he's
and run
not
if
bad,
he-
man.
No, he's not
Just
bad.
turn the ball
one
over.
of the prop bets I like in this game, speaking of, is Barkley
Over.
rushing over 71.5 yards.
Oh, I
How
got to
about
see
Jones?
Jones. I'm looking right now
Yeah, what's he got going on?
because he
It's
started.
time for him
He
to
started.
unleash.
He started running the ball again.
I like
Kinda
the
stopped
under
for a
in this
while.
game too.
You like the under?
The under 48, yeah.
Okay, Daniel Jones
See what
rushing.
Daniel Jones is doing.
Rushing yards.
I think there's going to be. I think it's going to be more of
40.
a ground game in this one.
40. Looks
40?
like 40 plus because it's minus 102, so 40 yards. They're
He
thinking.
should go over that
I would totally take that.
because I think he's
I'd take him at 50 plus at plus 94.
There you go. I like
Plus
it too
194.
because he hasn't run much lately. This is the time to
He
start.
has recently.
Did he start again?
They took like a break from running him for a while. Maybe I don't know. Maybe because they didn't want.
Banged up. Yeah.
He might have been, but he used to run it all the time. I mean, shit, he'd break off like 70-yard runs, dude.
So we're all thinking the Giants win this game. I mean, wow.
I
the
just think
Vikings-
Minnesota implodes because
Yeah, I
they
do
just
too.
always do.
That's what they do. And they got they have no defense, which is a bad sign.
Yeah.
Sunday night, the Ravens going in with the backup to the backup, right?
Well, we don't know yet if Huntley is still questionable. He's the last 2 days at practice, he's been throwing. His problem is a shoulder injury. So he's been throwing the last 2 days at practice, and he said he feels good, but they're still listing him as questionable.
The Ravens defense has gotten better with Roquan Smith, obviously. And I think they're stupid. They paid him $20 million. Good for them. But so it's 9. The line, I think we got the Bengals -9, over-unders 40.5. I don't see Cincinnati losing. Do they cover, though? I guess is the.
I don't know, man. That's the third time playing them this year.
Third, and they just played
They
them
know
last
each other.
Yeah, they know each other. That's probably too much points.
I think so too.
I might go Baltimore with the points.
I like Baltimore, and I like J.K. Dobbins at +210 with an anytime touchdown. J.K. Dobbins totally healthy.
But
They're
do
gonna
you
run
think
that.
there's any way Cincinnati loses this game?
No.
No.
I actually think they cover.
Oh, you think they'll cover? Okay.
I do.
All right, good. But the thing,
I just
I
think,
just look at it being a division foe. And if Tyler Huntley's playing, if Tyler Huntley's playing, Tyler Huntley's not that bad.
no, he's all
yeah,
right.
if Huntley's in the game,
If the other
I
guy
think-
is, it's done.
I think it'll be a little closer. If Anthony Brown starts, I just don't.
We saw him.
I
Oh
don't
yeah, no.
see it.
Anthony, if the third stringer's starting, I'm taking Cincy minus the 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, it would. I don't see if there could. That could be a wild upset, but it can't because Lamar. They don't have a legitimate quarterback to play. That's the problem. If they did, these two teams playing last week and playing 3 times and all that shit, and been playing each other forever and ever and ever, that's tough.
Yeah.
And it's a good defense.
Yeah.
Right.
So do
It
they
matters.
get
When you get
Burrow?
familiarity like that, it matters. I mean, they were saying it. Everybody said it. Even the Bills players have even talked about it with Miami. Like
Yeah.
they're familiar with our play calling. We're familiar with their play calling. We know kind of schemes and that. Blah, blah,
It's
blah.
weird.
Cincinnati has some offensive line injuries this week too. I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
If anybody can get pressure on Joe, I mean that's
That's it.
Yeah.
That can be troublesome.
really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
if they can
the
get
key.
him to
It's
turn
just
the
like
ball
almost-
over.
Well, actually, it's the key to almost every one of them.
Yeah.
Josh, all the good quarterbacks, all quarterbacks. Once you get any quarterback, once you get pressure on them,
Yeah. Oh, that slows everything down.
I
Yeah.
think if Burrow turns the ball over twice, let's say that it's a close game.
Yeah.
Burrow has
And
a
he-
tendency to maybe hold the ball a little long. He takes a lot of sacks, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And the Ravens, they might keep it close, but I can't see them actually finishing them. The Bengals also have that destiny feeling in their minds
They do.
and all that shit. And
I
they're all.
think they kind of created that on their own.
Oh, they did. No, they definitely did.
Yeah.
They did. I believe they did.
The
And I
coin
see it.
flip has lit their flame.
Yeah, yeah, the coin flip.
Yeah.
The coin flip that didn't even happen.
No, it didn't happen. The Bengals should be. You know who should be pissed too right now is the Ravens because they kind of mocked them
Yeah. Well,
They mocked them last week.
the Ravens mocked the
Yeah, there was a lot of mocking.
There was
Yeah.
mocking. There was mutual mocking.
Well, they hate each other, so that's
Yeah.
good.
If I'm either one of those teams, though, that's what I want. I mock the shit
I'm
out
gonna-
of.
I'm going to ask you guys. First, I'm going to ask Scott. Then I'll. What do you think of Harbaugh as a head coach? Baltimore.
John?
Yeah. What do you guys? Is it just nothing? I don't.
I think he's a good head coach, but I think he's ran his time out in Baltimore. Sometimes these coaches just need a fresh start.
And the players do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it gets stale after a little bit.
Yeah. I think they kind of tune them out.
Yeah. He was He was such a when it was that back then with his brother. Oh, yeah. He'd go somewhere else and do well, probably.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right.
I think he's far less wacky than his brother.
Oh, he appears to be. Yeah. He doesn't act. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
His brother got the lunatic gene. There ain't no doubt about
His
that.
brother's like Campbell. It's the same thing. He
Yeah.
will go wild. He'll cry. He'll scream. He'll laugh. You never know.
How about him breaking his hand trying to punch Jim Kelly in the face?
Yeah.
Did he punch Kelly or something? Did he punch him and punch the wall or something like that? Or something?
Remember, and then after every game, after they beat Ohio State, they want to go interview him, and he's on the field and he's laughing like a lunatic, and all he keeps doing is like, "Wait a minute!" And he brings another player over, and then they go to him. Remember, he's like, "Wait a minute!" He would not speak. He just kept on dragging his own players over, and then he says, "They're the guys. Talk to them, not me," which was nice. I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's
do
cool.
win the game, so that was kind of cool. I think players like him, but whatever. That guy again. We keep talking about him. You know what I keep seeing in my mind with him?
Spectacle, dude. That's why.
Is when he played for the Colts and he almost had that ridiculous comeback against the Steelers in the playoffs. I'll never forget that. He was quarterback for the Colts, and it came so close. Hail Mary, the whole deal. They caught it. They didn't catch it. And whatever happened, I think the Colts caught it, but then there was a bad call, and the Steelers ended up winning. It was right in Three Rivers or whatever the hell it was back then. All right, Monday night at 8:15. God, the maligned Cowboys at 12-5 taking on. They remind me a little bit of San Diego, the Chargers. At the Buccaneers, 8-9.
Before we do this, before we get into this, question about this. What do you think about the NFL doing a playoff Monday night football game?
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I think it's them doing an extended money grab, and it pisses me off. I want a 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, Saturday, Sunday slate of games, 8 o'clock game.
Yeah, that's what they should do. I don't. This is I don't like it. And why would they let?
I know, because we lost. Now we don't have a 1 o'clock game.
Right. Yeah. Right. There's no 1 o'clock game on Saturday. Right, it would have been just as easy. Yeah. Bullshit. I don't like it. Dallas is -2.5 according to what we have, and the over/under is 45.5. I think everyone's playing.
Yes.
Mike Evans is a difference maker if he's there. Yep. What are you guys thinking on this one? I mean, Dallas. Here's the one thing I will say on Dallas's behalf: Dak Prescott can make everything go away with a game. One game. Just win this game and play well. Obviously. Mm-hmm. I don't know. The Buccaneers are, but they stink too.
I know. I think.
Does Dallas win this one? This is maybe just.
I think Dallas wins. I think they save Mike McCarthy, even though he's a piece of garbage.
But I think next round they got to win too. I don't think it's just this game. I think it's the next one.
Well,
they're too good.
I know they should have been contending with Philadelphia for the.
But who are they going to go play? Wait a minute. Who would they play? Let me see if this thing tells me. Let me see if it's a bracket or whatever the fuck. I don't think it is though. Maybe we can figure. Who would they play? Who would the Cowboys win? What's Cowboy? What are they? The 4 seed?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to go play the Giants? No, they'd go play the oh shit, they'd go out to San Francisco and get yeah. They'd end up playing because who was the 1 seed?
I don't have to worry about it.
Who's the 1? Who's the Philadelphia? So Philadelphia will play the Giants.
Right.
If the Giants win, because they're the lowest seed. And then Dallas or Tampa will have to go out to San Francisco as long as they win.
Right.
Dallas doesn't have to worry about it, dude.
Yeah, he likes the other side.
I love Tommy. I think Tommy Brady's good. I love the Tampa Bay money line plus 112. I just think Dak he likes to throw a lot of interceptions, man, and I think it's going to cost him this time because I think Mike and Tom recently have just started hooking up again.
Yeah. Evans.
I don't think they're going to make it far into the playoffs, but I think they make it past this round, and I think they take the Cowboys down and Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, because if the Buccaneers head out to – could you imagine them I think in San Francisco, they'll get – either one – Dallas has a better chance of doing something than – do you know what I mean? Than the Buccaneers. Even though if the Buccaneers may get by this one this week, it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
Right. But
Tristan Wirfs is back this week too. I think that.
That helps a lot. I didn't know that.
Brady a lot.
Huge. That's big. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that is big. Frank says hi to us. Hey, Frank.
Yeah, I think Mike McCarthy's looking for a new job after the season, my friend.
And there might not be one for him anymore. I'm wondering if it's done. You know what I mean? What he's had great opportunity. Incredible situations, Green Bay, and then he goes over to here, and he's only won 1 time with all that around him.
So stacked right now.
Yeah,
there's no reason. Super stacked.
I don't know how good Tampa's defense has been playing.
They've been good.
They've been good. They've been all right.
They don't have to worry about it, dude. Dak loves to throw to the other team.
Yeah, that's true. He does.
And he's not those good interceptions. He's like shitty ones. It's like, dude, if you drop it, you should be on the bench. He has
a pick 6 in 3 of his last 4 games.
He's horrible.
Wow. What? My God.
Watch, though. My prediction is Monday night we see a different Dak Prescott.
You think so? All right, so you like Dallas. I know Scott likes the Bucks. I am I'm not playing it. I don't like it. I don't like anything.
Torn like an old dollar bill, are you?
I will on Monday, but right now I don't.
You got to have the guy. What do you got to have Stephen A. Smith talk you into something?
Yeah, right. Maybe. Yeah, right.
Fucking lunatic. That guy's a maniac.
Yeah, he is too.
He's got some energy.
Even though he's
because he hates Skip Bayless.
Yeah, even though he's such good friends with Jerry Jones.
Yeah, dude, when he goes on Twitter and he's like, ha,
Yeah, he's laughing.
God damn it. He's just turning. That's hilarious, dude.
He's got a book coming out, and I can't wait to read it.
You know what? When you read that, I'm not reading it, but when you read it, you can tell me what happened with him and Skip.
Yeah.
I know he said some, but I wonder if we'll get more in the book because that.
Why? What did he say?
Because at one point there was some. Skip said something. I can't remember it, but he had to come out and correct Bayless, like recently, last year or this year.
Yeah.
Because Skip, about how they separated. They had different stories about why they had to go their separate ways.
Oh, Skip's got a different story. Why am I surprised?
Bayless made it sound like. How do you make? He made it sound like he had to go or something, or kind of like that he was being pushed out, or something. But I don't know. But then because then Stephen A. Smith came on and then had to say I love you like a brother, blah blah blah, and then started to explain what he says his truth was.
Right.
Let's see what Frank says here. If Dallas can't beat Tampa, they are chokers. Yep.
I believe them to be chokers.
Yep.
So we've gone through our picks. It's wild card weekend. You're going to the Bills game.
Yes, my daughter and I will be attending.
Nice. That's good. Not the playoff. It'll be
The
fun.
last one I'm going to go to. I probably won't go to the next one, man. These cold weather games. I'm getting older, dude.
Yeah, I know it's got to hurt in the morning.
Yeah, it hurts all to dude. You don't understand. I get there. I was just informed while we were on here. I need to be ready I am getting picked up at 7:20 a.m. on Sunday. Okay? Now, I won't get home until 7 o'clock Sunday night.
Right. Yeah.
And dude, I am so shot by the time I get here.
Oh,
my
yeah.
hangover stops. If it's a 1 o'clock game, dude, by 3 o'clock, I've got a hangover because I'm not drinking anymore. I'm not spending $50 a beer at a stadium.
Right.
And I get back to the RV lot and we got an RV. So because of all the traffic, we have no choice but to wait
Right.
because we'll never get out. And we sit there for about 2 hours. Everybody else, I love everybody that comes with it that I get to go with. They're lunatics.
Right.
Because I just asked them the other day, I don't know how they all continue on, but they do.
How?
And they get lit, dude. I mean, lit. One guy stays sober always.
How's Monday morning for you? Like, is that?
Oh, it's easy because if I get back here by 7, because I said, I stopped dude. I stopped drinking. That's the key. They got a lot of good food, so I chow up like a champ. And usually I go with my daughter, so I don't usually get myself too schnookered. I have a few high noons.
Oh yeah.
Shots. She's drinking more, probably as much as I usually am. So we just catch a little buzz and go in.
Yeah, it's nice to go with your daughter.
Yeah,
That's
I love it. We have a blast, dude. It's our bonding experience. We've gone to
nice.
5 games this year. I think we went to
Yeah, I know. You have gone to quite a number.
more than we expected to go to.
If they play the Bengals in the AFC Championship, I got a feeling you'll be back
Oh, probably.
at home.
If there's a championship game here, I'm going.
You'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah,
You got
I already
it.
have a ticket.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So if it's Kansas City, I don't. But if it's the championship game comes back and it's Cincinnati, we both already have tickets. So good seats too. Really good seats.
That's right.
I'm going to be
that'll
sitting in the shitty section this week.
That'll be saying
300s with the lunatics, dude.
the Lunatics. Yeah, that's where I was.
That's the outer fringes of society in the 300s.
I was up there when the Bears played them in Peterman. It was when the Bills hadn't gotten Josh Allen yet. So it was the Bears against Peterman. The Bears were up 30-0 at halftime. I think it was because they were fumbling.
That wasn't the 5 interception game, was it?
I think it was. It was.
That was horrible. That was
And
one of the
fumbles.
worst games I've seen in my
And
life.
me and Andy were up there in the 300
Now he
level.
plays for your team.
Huh?
And now he plays for you.
Yeah. He started last week.
I know.
That was great. I was so happy to see him. And when we were up there, it was unbelievable. You're right. The 300 was wild. We left at halftime because the people next to us were throwing such a temper tantrum over the fumble that was returned for the touchdown that me and Andy we just left because I had a Bears hat on. He did too. They were freaking going berserk. The score was and the only thing I said, it was already 23-0. Shut up. It was a fumble. He returns it for a touchdown. When do you get it that it's all? I was just so pissed off, and so we left and got
Trust
home.
me, this is going to be the week. Dude, I have to tell you about this. I got to tell you about this.
All right.
So we were at the game last week, right? And we're sitting there. We had good seats. My daughter got us really good seats. And there's a girl and a guy. There's a couple, 2 couples that are in front of us. They're obviously together. The 2 in front of us are Pats fans.
Mm.
Two next are Bills fans. So they're not talking shit or anything. I mean, he's not being an idiot. He's not like the guy at the Jets game was that I wanted to kick 6 flights down the aisle. But they're not really talking. They're looking around. He's trying to engage a little bit, but he knows he's the enemy. All right. He knows he doesn't. We're not going to engage with the enemy. So sorry about it. Your high fives and bullshit. I'm not talking to you. So he's sitting there with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend, very, very pretty young girl. She's not even watching the football game at all.
Right.
She spent, and I shit you not, at least 45 minutes doing shit like this. I watched her doing it. I said to my daughter, I said, I'm going to kick this girl right in the ass to get her to stop doing this because she looks like an idiot. She's trying to take her own personal model shot selfies.
Oh, that had to be
Okay.
great.
So she's got her phone, right? She's got her phone like this, and she's doing shit like this. She's doing the
Oh, the smiles and the things.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Oh.
The look away, like somebody else is taking the photo. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like she's looking at the sky. She's looking at, and I'm like,
That's great.
I was laughing for a while. I go, I'm going to slap the phone out of this kid's hand. She looks like a complete idiot. I said, she's Miss Instagram, this one in front of us.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's the new
You know
world,
what
man.
the fucking score is. She's too busy pursing her lips.
Yeah. Yeah. She's too busy having duck face or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
they do.
One more thing.
Yeah. No problem.
Here's the other thing. This is a whole weird little thing where we were sitting. So I looked at my daughter and I said, there's a guy that's like 2 seats down from us. And he stands out because he's tall. He's probably got to be about 6'4", man. He looked identical to Idris Elba.
Oh,
Like, dude, to the point where I thought it might have been him. I knew it wasn't him. But I looked at my kid and I said, Idris Elba's sitting down here. She was like, holy shit. She's like, I know that's not him, but wow, that dude probably gets that everywhere he goes. Dude, he looked identical to him. He was big too. He had the beard with the little gray. Maybe it was him. I'm like, I doubt he'd be sitting down here freezing his dick off with the rest of us.
Right. Bill.
But it was just weird because he was by himself. It was just weird.
No, that is weird. By
Yeah.
himself, too.
It was weird. Yeah, because I thought he was with the 2 guys that were next to us, but he wasn't. He left.
Can you
But,
imagine?
yeah, weird. But and I'm telling you, dude, he stood out. He was so tall. I don't know how tall the dude is, but he was about 6'4", this guy looked like.
Well, we're going to keep looking at your Facebook page because I like the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see where you're sitting at this
I'm
week.
sure.
Yeah.
I'll send you some. I'll send you some Mike Burks.
Okay. Send me stuff. And
Those
I
do
will.
not go online
All right.
if he's up to his normal shenanigans.
Okay.
Nah, he likes to have a good time. They like to have a good time, dude.
Well, that's good.
Those firemen from Niagara Falls, man, they know how to party, buddy. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I remember them guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
All right.
some. Yeah.
We better go.
Okay, man.
All right, Scott. I'll see you next week. Be safe at the game.
All
Enjoy
right.
the game, Scott.
Thanks,
Good luck,
Rob.
man.
Bye-bye,
We'll
guys.
see everyone next week.
Bye, everyone.